In the pits with tonight's winner at Volusia, Mike Maresca. Michael, you got your first gator.
Yeah, it feels pretty good, you know. We had a pretty good week so far, our best down here ever, so we wanted to win bad and finally got ones, but you know, it's time to get ready for tomorrow too, and you know, hopefully we can get another one tomorrow, you know. Car was really good tonight. It's been good all week, and things kind of went our way. Last night we had some issues, you know, and tonight things are back on track, and feels pretty good.
Started the race tonight, you and Matt side by side for about 5 or 6 laps. What was that like? What was going through your mind? You think you might have had a jump on you at one time or not?
I knew he was going to be good, but I knew he was kind of in the preferred groove there for a minute on the outside, carrying momentum before it rubbered, and I saw him up there, and I was able to clear him on the bottom, get to the top, and he poked down to the bottom and actually got a good run on me out of 4 one lap, but I was able to momentum by, and after that I could just kind of roll. My car is really good at just roll in the middle, and then it finally latched down on the bottom. Obviously I had to go down there, but still feel like we had a really, really good race car because I could go around lap cars in the middle. That's kind of what we've been wanting it to do all week. You know, the biggest complaint here by drivers is they can't steer. So, you know, we've just been working on that and trying to steer in the middle of the racetrack. So,
10 laps in, the track really just shut right down. You went down to one lane, and how tough was that? Because you had to get through traffic.
Yeah, again, like I said, I was able to go around the cars that were in the rubber. So I think, you know, it shows we had a really, really great car, and I think that's how we got our lead, because guys got stuck behind the lap cars, and we were actually able to go around them. It stinks to win a race in the rubber because it's almost like it has an asterisk beside it. But, you know, I feel like we had the best race and the best car. And, you know, it helped starting off the pole and everything. But I think I think if things would have been different, I still think, you know, we had a really great car. And hopefully we can see tomorrow without the rubber and try and repeat, you know, to you know, like solidify our effort.
You had a 7.7 second lead when that yellow came out. Did you know you had that big of a lead?
Yeah, I knew I had a big lead there, and I just tried to pace myself, you know, and not hurt my tires too much. And obviously they did get the right rear get hurt a little bit, but the left rear looks really good actually. So. I think we did a good job of that, and that's one thing I struggle with a little bit on the big block cars. I don't race them maybe as much as these other guys. I don't really race a big block weekly, so, you know, throttle control and just being smart with the gas and knowing when to drive hard, when to drive easy and everything. But tonight everything went really good. This motor's great. It's nice and easy to drive in the slick, and the car's really good.
You brought something to the modified division from the late models when you drove them, and guys in the late models down here use sticks all the time. Could you tell the fans what they are?
Yeah, I mean, signal sticks, I don't know if I was the first one to use them, or, I mean, Russell and his brother used them out in Ohio, and guys were using them in PA, and I know Maddie was using them around the same time I started to use them, and I think we were kind of the first two on the national, or the Super DIRTcar Series to really use them. But yeah, I mean, basically what it is you have a crew guy, you know, on the infield, or a place. It depends on the racetrack. Right. A place you can try and see them. Some tracks, there's not many places you can get to where that you can see them under green. Here's a different story with the infield parking. You can see guys with their signal sticks under green flag conditions pretty much the whole race. Some places, you know, you can only see them under yellow. Like Can-Am's one of those places, you know, you can only see them under yellow. But it gives you an idea of your gap, what lines are dominant, top, bottom, like, you know, so if you're on the bottom and someone's coming on the top, you know, you can go up there and try it out before they get there. Or, you know, if someone in the back is making hay on the top or the bottom and everyone's in a different part of the racetrack and your spotter's looking at lap times or whatever, they can get you down.
Okay.
It's pretty common in late model, and I think UMP racing, you know, any other, you know, modified, the IMCA and all that stuff, UMP and everything, it's pretty common. I think it's getting common in ours. You know, it's I don't think you can really outlaw it because there's too many ways around it. So I think it's obviously going to be a part of our racing as everybody wants to get an edge, and I think you probably see 10 or 12 teams now here today using signal sticks. Everyone has a person out there, and it's not really used to race dirty with anyone, obviously, like that, but it is used to let the driver know when you're out front to kind of what's going on, and with if you hit a good lap and you do something different with the wheel and your feet, and you hit a good lap, and your gap gets bigger, that's good. So you can keep doing that, and it's definitely, I think it's kind of cool actually for the fans, because it gives them a whole nother aspect to watch for the racing. So you can look at it that way too. Obviously there's pros and cons to it, right? And I'm sure there's people that use it for the wrong reason, or there'll be a situation where it gets used, and makes improperly, or makes someone mad. I've lost races because of signal sticks too. It's totally happened. I lost a race at Freedom 2 years ago, signal sticks. A guy was coming on the top, I was on the bottom. I moved to the top, and the guy went by me on the bottom. And if I would have stayed on the bottom, I would have won the race. So it just there's pros and cons to it, obviously. But I think it's another aspect of our racing that's interesting to watch, and gives the fans another thing to keep an eye on.
I thought it was interesting to talk about just for the fans. But Mike, congratulations on doing here at Volusia. It's always good to get that gator, and maybe we'll talk to you again tomorrow night.
Oh, I hope so. So I want to thank all my sponsors too: Weeknet Archery, Bear Archery, St. Lawrence Radiology, Penske Racing Shocks, and Fastline Performance, and my whole crew back here. It seems like a good majority of the people that helped me are able to come down here this week. So it's really awesome, and we're thinking of also our friends and family in Delaware right now. So shout out to Gary and the whole 12K crew. So.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.